what's the date today? Tuesday the 14th, I think. I don't even know what date it is. Trace and I are just on our way to visit some more wineries. Day 2 of the Barossa. But we thought we'd do a couple of lookouts that we'd read about. Decent size scat there. This one is called Mingler Hill, we believe. We do apologise for our pronunciation. I'm a reader. Sad as I read it. But this is a sculpture park. And if you followed us, where were we? If you followed us on Broken Hill, you absolutely know that we interpret art like you wouldn't believe. So it's about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. An early start. Before we do, look at that view. I'm not even sure what part of Barossa that is, but it is pretty beautiful. It'd be awesome on a gorgeous day. Just keep saying that a lot on this trip. Anyway, so this sculpture park, yeah, a lot of important partners. Symposium. There you go, I haven't seen that word for a while. But we won't bore you too much. No, I shouldn't use that language. We won't hold you up for time too much on the sculptures. Trace and I was going to have a quick look around, but yeah, probably a bit more life in these ones than the ones we seen at Broken Hill. Especially that eagle's head. Pretty wicked.
Okay, we've just arrived at the Eden Valley Scenic Lookout. A beautiful spot. You can see as we look around here, it's all surrounded by rolling hills and farm area. There's sheep in the paddock. It's just beautiful. You can see out there's vineyards. It's just absolutely lovely. So this spot, originally it was there was an indigenous tribe that was here. They were hunters and gatherers who arrived before the white settlement, and that was before the Lutherans came sometime in the 1800s, and they settled here. That's sort of like the story of a lot of, not just the Barossa but South Australia in general. A lot of Lutheran heritage here. So this cross here, there was a smaller version of it initially that was put here by the Lutherans, and then in 2006 this, so I think it's about 6 meters tall, this cross here was erected as like a symbol of remembrance of their ancestors that landed here. They do like Easter Sunday services they have up here. They do a few different it's like become like a bit of a meeting place for Lutherans in the area. So just a bit of interesting facts for the day. Here is a compass, and the compass tells you where we are. You'll see that if we head in this direction, about close to 1,600 kilometres from Brisbane, so that makes us feel a long way from home. But equally, like this way here, Sydney's 1,100 k's, and Canberra, where we're headed, Canberra's still 900 k's away. So that is wild. It makes you realise just how big Australia actually is. It is huge. I think we've travelled like so far coming from Brisbane and coming the way that we came, it has been, we're about that 1,600 kilometres we've driven, which I felt that yesterday. I felt like it really caught up on me yesterday, but I do like driving, so it's fine.
Pulled up to Seppeltsfield Estate. We've got a tasting in about 5 minutes, so we just thought we'd show you a beautifully lined little, would you call it a little suburb?
Oh.
With palm trees. We'll share some of that footage. Just walking through, this place has got, if you haven't been here, like a distillery, what else? Deer jam making factory, knife maker, makes virgin olive oil. So we'll probably spend a good couple of hours here this morning. not just to do the wine tasting, but check it out. But pretty gorgeous, the grounds so far. Alright, so we've just finished at Seppeltsfield tastings. Here's a this is beautiful. Here's a tip for you. It's a bit like home, a bit like Queensland. If you come down and you purchase any bottle, you get your tasting for free. So it was usually $20 a person, I think. Trace and I got a bottle of the rosé, and we got a bottle of the Grenache, because they were probably two of our favourites. They waived the tasting, and then we signed up and got 10% off. I think we paid like $50 for 2 bottles. We essentially paid $20 because the tastings were free. So that was a pretty good deal. Now we're trying to find the gin distillery. Okay, so we just finished at the Prohibition Distillery here at Seppeltsfield. Yeah, awesome. Inside this building, awesome experience. It was fairly quiet. A few people wandered in. It is only Tuesday, but we had... Trace took the pink gin tasting platter. I had the original tasting platter. It's just one standard drink, but it was amazing. So Trace is actually going to buy... There's a Mother's Day gin that they make, so Trace in there taking care of that. Because she enjoyed it. So I would say if you live in Barossa or around the area and you come down here, get in here. Great atmosphere. They got board games and stuff for you to sit around and suck down some gin and relax. But yeah, so far a lot of people said Seppeltsfield was a bit hit or miss, but I would say this has been a huge hit. But we'll keep you up to date. Alright, the next stop we are at, this place is called the Barossa Valley Estate.
The sun's coming out a little bit.
Yeah, Trace was right, the sun is coming out, which would be nice. We were just sitting in the truck driving here complaining about how this place, when the sun's not out, oh, it's beautiful. It reminds us a little bit of the west coast of the South Island. Pretty dreary. Anyway, we're not sure what's here, but it was literally down the road from Seppeltsfield and it has really high ratings. That's how we do our research.
This is called Barossa Estate.
Alright, we're just getting set up for our next tastings. We're at the Barossa Estate, as we said earlier. Look at the gardens, how gorgeous, man.
Beautiful.
Even those tables there behind the brick. Let's walk down there. Look. This is probably one of the better settings we've been to. Look, some burnt broccoli. Kidding.
Golf course greens.
Yeah, golf course greens. Cool settings. Look at the outlook into the vineyard. If you're into that. If you're not, get into it. Some more burnt broccoli. Heaps of it. I think you need to pick it before it goes that colour. But yeah, gorgeous. Look at the grounds. You're right there. Had a little wedge off that into the vineyard. But yeah, this has been the nicest, one of the nicest settings we've been to.
It's red wine only.
Yeah, red wine only. We're having a little rosé to start us off. I don't know what it is with South Australia, but they love their rosé. Unless they put the shit back in the field and make something else, but anyway.
That's lavender, yeah.
There's some lavender. Yeah, I knew that. We're just doing a bit of a walk. I don't think we can walk through the grapes here. We're not allowed to. But yeah, this is just behind where we come from. If you can see the palm tree line there in the background, that's what we drove through earlier, which is at Seppeltsfield. It's like a little suburb or a region, but it's the roadway's paved with palms. So we're just around the corner where we come from. Probably gonna have to mute this for a little bit because Elton John's playing in the background. I don't have the money to pay for the rights for my So we've pulled into Maggie Beer Farm Shop. We're going to check it out. It's about what, 3 or 4 k's from where we come from. Yeah, so we'll let you know what goes on the side. Trace is pretty keen to see Maggie Beer. Okay, our last stop for day 2 at the Barossa. We're not really sure how to say this. We think it's Langmeil, yeah? Not sure, Langmeil. But really highly rated on Google reviews. Again, it's probably about 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes from our stay, so we thought we'd check it out. How beautiful some of these old stone buildings, but yeah, gorgeous so far. Okay, so we're just finishing up at our final stop. We think the place is called, daffodils. We think the place is called Langmeil because it's spelt like Neil, and there's really no one here to ask. The staff are sort of pretty rushed off their feet, but this place here, there is 0 cost for tastings. So basically come in for tastings. You can taste as much as you like. They're only small little tastings, but they're pretty good. Tracy's just finishing her one up so we can take a quick video, but there's a couple we really like, but the one we're going to get a bottle of to take home for tonight is the Grenache. I think it's called the Rough Diamond Grenache. Mate, super cheap. I think it's like $20 odd for the bottle. So we're going to get that, head back home now, crack open some cheese, maybe get some music cranking. But I would say Langmeil, if that's how you say it. I apologise if people can correct me. Definitely worth it, just outside of Tanunda. So I would say stop here if you're planning the Barossa.